So once we come to the obvious conclusion that an independent Quebec would be much better off controlling its own monetary policies instead of letting Canada or the US decide for policies that must be tailored for the specificity of Quebec's economy. Once that's the conclusion, there are a few steps, there are a few
steps?
Yeah, steps, things that must be done. And the first one is to ensure stability. So the first step is basically to continue in the current system where we have no influence on what's happening on the Central Bank of Canada, but yet we continue to use that currency. And afterwards, once we have a commission, an independent commission that is set up to overlook and make sure that the calendar and the orientations are right, and we're really happy to let them work and dictate exactly how it's going to proceed. Once we have that and the institutions are ready, you start for a first period with a Quebec currency that is aligned with the US currency in order to protect the stability and any attempt to destabilize that new currency. And the final step is when you see that everything is set up and people are now used in international market to the existence of that currency and that central bank, the final step is to become a normal currency that has its central bank that sets the value by using the interest rates. Yeah, we're looking at on a horizon of 35. But it could be, if the commission that is independent tells us, you need to go ahead right now because we're losing money by not doing it, we'll proceed more quickly. And if the commission says, we told you as experts that a Quebec currency is the best option, but things have changed and the current context lead us to the conclusion that we should just stay with the Canadian currency, we'll follow that advice, because what we want is stability and we want a complete involvement of the financial markets in that decision-making to make sure that everybody's comfortable. And comfort is very important here. So there's no scenario where we will take a risk that is unnecessary and where we will make the markets uncomfortable. We will just work with them and make sure that they are comfortable to ensure stability. Actually, it's Parizeau's position after he acknowledged that the world economy had moved forward to another model. So if I can read what Jacques Parizeau actually said about that in 2010, so he noticed that the Alberta oil had a tremendous negative impact on our exports. He also noticed we had no safety net in the crisis of 2008. So he basically said, and that's a quote from a text on that topic, Parizeau explained that our central bank could decide which rate is good for Quebec and could be able to take a necessary distance towards other economies when they don't align. He also said that in the short run, we could simply keep the Canadian dollar, but that later on we would naturally go towards a currency of Quebec that is aligned to our own interests. So he came to that conclusion because the economy of today is not the one of the 80s.